Trashlings! Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Carol.
And I'm Avery.
And today we're going to be talking about Love Island Week 4. But before we get into all that, make sure to go check out our links down below. And yes, I'm going to mention our podcast because if you like us, you're probably going to like our podcast. You can find that link down below or up here. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for all the support lately on our channel.
Okay, so week 4, the villa is a revolving door of people just coming in and out.
Yeah.
We have drama, we have twists, and again, men ain't shit.
That's not cheating if I wasn't with your ass.
So last we left off, we had a recoupling and it was boys' choice. So Danny and AJ got to pick first though. So AJ picked Hugo, and then in an unexpected twist, Danny picked Lucinda, which like I was shocked because it was pretty like obvious that she and Aaron were like starting to vibe, and I don't know if just like I guess Danny decided he wanted to shoot his shot and just pick Lucinda, like the prettiest girl in the villa, but like it definitely threw a wrench in Aaron's plans, that's for sure. And then so because Danny chose Lucinda, Aaron saved Kaz, and which meant
bye, Sharon.
Bye, Sharon. So Sharon went home this week.
That totally went against our predictions from last week. Because we thought for sure it was going to be Kaz, but this time it was Sharon, so...
Like, you never know who someone's going to pick. They can always give all the signs to go one way, and that split moment, they decide to go with someone else. So, I think that was just a case of that, and I think Danny just was like, I'm just going to go for who I want. And that really, like, I think threw a wrench in our predictions.
Obviously, as you can imagine, Danny's decision led to some pretty serious drama, I guess. It wasn't like really serious, but it did get kind of heated.
Kind of started a love triangle situation.
Yeah, for sure. Between Aaron, Lucinda, and Danny. Basically, right after the recoupling, Aaron is feeling a type of way. He is feeling crossed. So, as he takes Lucinda off for a chat, he goes in for a kiss, and she swerves him hard.
Wait, why not in front of him?
No, obviously not.
Why not?
Obviously not.
I have to be rude.
And it's ugly, but not only does he try to kiss her and she swerves, he tries to do it in front of Danny.
Yeah, he was trying to like stake his claim, and she was like, that's gonna look pretty muggy if I like go and kiss Aaron right after Danny like chooses me. So she was like, no.
And in terms of Lucinda and how she reacted to this, it kind of seemed like it put her off for a second, and that she did start to kind of gravitate towards Danny. And Danny and Aaron exchanged words. Danny let him know that he thought Aaron was muggy.
You just look like a mug. And she just mugged you off in front of everyone.
She did, yeah.
Do you not feel like an idiot? Like, do you not think like I deserve a bit of respect?
I think Lucinda was trying to give Danny like his fair shot, but like I think Danny's ego like really got in the way of that, because like Aaron obviously went to go try and stake his claim, and then Danny got all miffed, and then he was getting mad at Lucinda, and it was just like not a good look for Danny, like 100%, at all. Like they had like a pie challenge where he like pied Lucinda.
Okay then, hun, fine, pie me, whatever.
And like I feel like he tried to go the way of like, maybe if I'm mean to this girl, she'll like gravitate towards me, and it's just like, we're not elementary schoolers, so Lucinda was definitely like put off by that, and I feel like there was just already like too much like chemistry and connection between her and Aaron for her to really be open to Danny.
Last week we talked about how we thought Danny was good vibes, but it turns out that he actually is very childish and has, I think, too much of an ego issue.
A massive ego.
And, because of that, he became his own worst enemy. Lucinda was like, fuck you, went back to Aaron, and it was the strangest end to things because, Lucinda went to Danny, sat him down to basically end things and be like, listen, we're not going to move forward. I'm going to move forward with Aaron. Danny knew that was coming, so he flipped the script, and he said that he was going to nip it in the bud. And it was hilarious.
Just nip it in the bud a bit, I think.
You need to nip it in the bud.
You're ending things.
Okay, because like everyone knew like she was like, obviously like she's the one who had to call it quits, you know, and tell him to like, you know, back off, dude. But like he like was just like, well, before she can dump me, I'm gonna dump her.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna do it, not her. I'm not gonna be the one that's dumped. So it was pretty hilarious. She let him think that because she was like, whatever. And then right after that happened, literally like not even minutes, he walked right over to little Miss AJ and was like, hey, what's up, girl? And it was pretty sad, and she could definitely see right through it. Which brings us to Hugo and AJ.
So Hugo, like...
Oh, Hugo.
Hugo, you know...
Our sweet boy.
I guess he's just not really attracted to AJ, and he friend zones her, which I feel bad for her because she was really sticking it on him, and like
she really liked him.
She came into the villa gunning for him, and you know he friend zones her, which like honestly is not a surprise for me at this point. But like I don't know what he wants or what he's looking for.
Yeah.
But it's just like. No, the worst part about that whole situation though was that like not even minutes after that happened where Hugo friend zones her, Danny pulls AJ for a chat and then goes like straight for a snog.
Full on snog.
Don't give much away, yeah?
Rise. You don't mess around, do you?
Danny just like puts it on her and it's so awkward,
Like,
and you could just
she
tell.
just didn't want to say no because like she's like, I don't want to like shut this guy down because you know now she's in a vulnerable spot, but like you can tell that she's kind of just like also on the verge of tears from being like
you could tell that was just like not the moment.
It was just not the moment. It was
Yeah.
just like so cringe, like so cringe.
Yeah, it was too much. This week moved really fast. There really is no other way to say it because right after Danny like puts it on AJ and they're snogging and it's awkward and he's weird and I don't know, we discover that there's going to be a dumping.
Like right then and there.
Right then and there. The public voted for least popular boys and least popular girls. Our least popular boys were Toby, Teddy, and Danny. And our least popular girls were AJ, Lucinda, and Chloe. But the twist is that the Islanders within the villa who were not on the chopping block had to vote for which boy would go home and which girl would go home. Girls voted for the boy who would go home. Boys voted for the girl that would go home. And in the end, no surprise, our two newest Islanders, AJ and Danny, were sent home.
Dumped.
But then, right after the dumping, we got
New
Islanders! Like, literally.
An hour, like as soon as they left, they sent new people in.
It was like as soon as they said bye, Faye got a text.
Then walk in Abigail, Georgia, and Tyler. And I feel like at this point, the producers are just like, all right, let's send in people for like
specific
people who like want to pursue these specific people who are probably like fan favorites.
Yeah.
Like Georgia specifically came in for Hugo, and then Tyler was definitely like right away had his eyes on Kaz. Also, she's like the only single girl at this point. And then Miss Abigail was definitely into Toby when she wanted him, which begins our favorite section. Mug of the week.
Mug of the week is Toby.
Goes to Toby.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Toby. Oh, Toby.
You emotionally immature, fragile boy. Where do we even begin with this amazing, wonderful turn of events? Actually not wonderful for certain people, but it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
So thank you, Love Island. Miss Abigail came in and she went to work. She went to work pulling Toby for them chats, grafting. And she says, you know, I'm down to get to know you. Are you down to get to know me? And Mr. Toby says, yeah, I'm down to get to know you.
Okay, so you're not closed off to meeting new people?
Not like that.
Okay.
After spending 2 weeks in what seemed like a pretty serious, getting deep type couple situation with Chloe, I mean, they had just gotten the hideaway.
Boy that's like, that's my girl, like reassurance.
Ugh,
Of course, she's not the biggest fan
Chloe,
of the
of
situation.
course, sees this going on and she is not happy. She is not having it at all.
It's your classic case of girl feels disrespected and boy feels girl is overreacting. The problem here is that Toby doesn't seem to understand basic human emotion. He often seems like a child, unsure of what he's done wrong.
You're like a child who wanders in the middle of a movie and wants to know...
Walter, what's the point, man?
He said he wanted to use Abby as a test to see if he really, like, his feelings for Chloe were strong. I don't honestly get it.
I reject this, whole, test theory.
We need to be tested.
We need to be tested. I just reject it as a concept because, I just think it's so dumb.
It's like, do you like me? Do you want me or not? The girl who said, I'm interested in you herself was like, I would dump Chloe before getting to know me.
I would dump Chloe and get with me.
So after 24 hours of Toby being a complete and total ass to Chloe, he decides he's going to take a step back from his relationship with Chloe to get to know Abby, which leads us into one of our favorite moments of the season.
So literally, this happens, Abby is in the villa for 24 hours.
Yeah.
His new islanders are there for 24 hours, and a recoupling happens, and it just blindsides everyone because it's all this drama just started with Toby and Chloe, and it's just oh no, and things are definitely not boding well for Chloe in this moment. Mm-hmm. It ended up being boy's choice, and the girl not picked would be dumped from the villa. Mm-hmm. Toby ended up picking Abigail.
Not living with regrets, only living with lessons. So the girl I would like to couple up with is Abby.
In his speech, he was so disrespectful to Chloe.
Oh
he
my
was
God,
just
yeah.
I haven't been myself, and it's just
he's never communicated those feelings
he's
to anybody.
Never said that to anyone.
Yeah.
From what we've seen on the show is they were getting along just fine. They were going on really cute double dates with Jake and Lib.
We said it last week. We literally said Toby's thriving with Chloe.
Yeah, and it's just that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So then Hugo,
this
our
is my
boy,
favorite.
he is last to pick, and his choice was between Chloe and Georgia. And Georgia, who came into the villa gunning for Hugo, they both just before this had mutually agreed that they didn't really have a spark. Mm-hmm. And that was just before the recoupling. So
part of us is wondering if it has to do with the blue suit she wore when they had their first conversation.
It was supposed to give, but it did not give what needed to be gave to the highest of giving.
Hugo gets up there and a proper man tells it how it is.
This moment literally sent me.
He straight up called out and addressed Toby in this speech, and he just said,
If I'm completely honest, she doesn't deserve to be treated how she has been this past 24 hours. I firmly believe that a lot of this test stuff is complete bullshit.
Needless to say, everyone in the villa was shook the house.
There were some who were obviously just shocked that he was even saying that during the recoupling, which obviously they know is going to be a very public moment in terms of it being on the show. But secondly, some people were pretty pissed at Hugo, it seemed like.
Of course, Toby was so mad that he got called out in front of everyone.
Because we know Toby really cares what the world thinks about him.
Toby is so concerned about his image, and I'm just this guy.
Yeah.
But naturally, it was Faye and Kaz who seemed so displeased, which to me was just
it's really hilarious, honestly, to me to see it, of all people, Kaz.
Just it's just ridiculous to me that Kaz was looked like she was upset with Hugo for calling out Toby about disrespecting a woman
when she had just gotten upset at Toby earlier that week for not apologizing or recognizing that he blatantly disrespected her with the whole Chloe situation.
And it's saying it's uncalled for. It's like, all right, it's your opinion, but then like Faye is just in like everyone's business. Whenever
All
someone
the fucking
goes
time.
home, some dude she is her besties with goes home, it's just like, Faye, mind your own business. Go work on your own relationship with Teddy, because like I've never seen you guys talk like
Yeah, true.
outside of dates. So yeah, Hugo ended up picking Chloe and sending poor Miss Georgia home, and you know.
Hey, she came in, she went for Hugo, it didn't work out between them, and no regrets.
Not living with regrets.
But obviously, because of what Hugo, the boss-ass man that he is, did what he did and said it how it was, obviously this led to some pretty serious boy beef between Toby and Hugo. I mean, this was straight up like Hugo dropped an atomic bomb in the villa. Some in the villa felt that Hugo saying what he said at the recoupling was muggy, but it was just the truth.
You're not two-faced at all.
Some felt that Hugo never communicated those feelings to Toby.
Our opinions.
We've all tried to be devil's advocate.
Yeah, but you haven't said any of what you said up there to end.
I've said he needs to be honest. I said he needs to communicate.
Which wasn't true. I mean, maybe he didn't say it to like that level, but when Toby was seeking out literally everyone and their mother for advice, Toby asked the boys for their opinion on the Chloe Abby situation, and Hugo from the jump, he was like one of the first guys to speak, said,
But it's you can't have your cake and eat it, mate. I think that's what she said.
Toby called Hugo a girl follower?
He basically was saying, like, Toby obviously was so miffed. He's like, you're just a girl follower. Like, you're not here for your boys.
Is that you're one of them guys that just follow girls. You don't care about boys, you just follow girls. You're just a girl follower, in my eyes.
Really? That's toxic masculinity, the house, and we do not stand. And Faye was part of that conversation, and she said the same thing.
Hugo was saying he wasn't planning on saying those things, but when, like, the way, like, Toby was, like, his speech, I think, just got Hugo really riled up and, like, he just wanted to defend Chloe at that point.
Yeah, because it was so mean.
But, like, obviously, like, everyone wants cohesion and, like, the villa to be a chill place, but, like, it makes better TV when it's not. And I'm just like, honestly, fine. Like, if Toby, like, and Hugo don't get along anymore, like, honestly, for the best. Because, like, Toby's some trash.
Where do we stand?
Where do we stand with all these people in the villa now?
Aaron and Lucinda. Finally, these two can be in a couple and just do their thing.
Yeah, finally. Like, it just seems like a long time coming.
It's only been a couple days, but so much has happened.
So many recouplings and
so many dumpings, and they're finally just able to like be together, like
just do their thing.
Yeah.
So then we have Liam and Millie, and they went on a date this week, and it seems like they're starting to deepen their connection, like past just the physical. And like Liam said, he might even be falling for Miss Millie,
and that made me really happy because like every single time it cuts to them like in bed sleeping, Liam's got big spoon energy that I'm here for.
They always just look super snuggly and sweet, and they look good together, so good for them.
And then we have Teddy and Faye. They went on a date, they're progressing, but honestly, like, we still don't really know much about them. Like, they really don't show a lot of Teddy-Faye time. And also, like, I just feel like something feels not organic between them.
I just like never see a lot of Teddy either. Like, he's always like he'll be there in like random conversations with the boys, but like he's not like, he doesn't get a lot of screen time, and I think it just like kind of goes to show for that, because he's like been in the bottom like quite a few times in these like in these public voting situations. He's always in the bottom, but just like, I literally went on an episode, I'm like, I haven't even seen Teddy. Like, he's like kind of like this fly on a wall that we never see.
Yeah, and when he is on screen, he's kind of like almost like too perfect. I don't know, something feels fishy about them. Maybe we're reading too much into it, but it just doesn't feel
I mean, whenever I see him, like, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have anything against him. I just don't see him a lot. So then we move on to Jake and Liz. Liberty. And,
mom and dad of the villa.
Yeah, they're quickly becoming mom and dad of the villa, and these two are everything. Like, honestly, Jake finally asked Liberty to become official, so they are boyfriend and girlfriend. And like, I see a lot of these Jake's like, so are you falling for me? Like, he's like, and she's like very like reluctant to say.
Are you falling for me?
Like, I haven't landed, but I'm off the cliff.
So you're falling?
I feel like we're gonna start seeing some like professions of like
Of
love and stuff and like deepening of the relationship. So good for them. I'm happy for them, and I feel like it's going to be perfect timing.
Yes. And then we have Tyler and Kaz. They hit it off like right away. I mean, he's like bubbly and fun, and that's kind of Kaz's vibe too. So they have very similar energies. And finally, Kaz has someone in the villa for her, and never thought the day would come. Now, if it can happen for Kaz, let's hope it happens for Hugo.
Yeah. And then Toby and Abby, and literally they just met.
They literally, like, I'm not even kidding you, they spent the whole day just being like, I want to get to know you. Do you want to get to know me? I mean, yeah, I want to get to know you. Like, literally over and over and over again.
But it's like, I guess it was enough for Toby's head to turn after spending like 2 weeks with Chloe. Like, they were in a close couple. Like, I actually was like digging them as a couple. So it's kind of like disappointing. And I was just like, literally Toby, and he like tried to like talk to freaking Chloe afterwards, and she was like, bye.
It's done. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, you're awful.
Like, cool.
It's like, cool. Bye, Toby. Like,
yeah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Hugo and Chloe, yeah. So Hugo always saves a girl, you know, because he's a girl follower. But this time it was dramatic, but it also seemed different. We got a vibe that maybe Hugo could like possibly, is he into Chloe? Question mark.
Like he was just like really defensive.
Yeah.
For Miss Chloe, and it's just like,
or is he just like a good guy and he is like close friends with her and wanted to like help his like girl friend out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Hugo just comes off as like this genuinely like good guy, and he saw a girl get put down in front of everybody, and he just was like not here for it. But it did seem like they did have this like chat on the daybeds that almost seeed a little flirtatious. But
he's like, why can't you find like a good guy? Like, you know, like.
Yeah. Stop being a fucking idiot.
Why don't you just go for like a nice person? She would treat you well.
All right, could something be like going on there?
Could
Like maybe this is like
here?
a slow burn of a thing.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
That'd
I
be
kind of think it would be cute. But we end the week with the announcement that we are going to get another public vote for favorite couples. But Toby and Abby are excluded from the vote because Abby is new.
Yeah, and then Tyler and Kaz are also excluded just because they're new Islanders, and I'm just like, Toby is so lucky. Like, this cheeky
little lad,
man. He is so lucky, because I know like 100% he would be in the bottom if he was not with his new Islander. You know, because I think it goes to show that like people don't really like Toby. Like, I feel like from all these public votes, like I feel like
Toby literally like
he's
by the
been in
grace
the bottom,
of
like,
God.
Yeah.
He is not going to be like, crazy. But another exciting development that I knew, I felt it, I could sense it in the force that this was coming, and we saw that Casa Amor is coming up finally. And yeah, like, I don't really want to make any predictions because like I don't know how many days up until Casa Amor it'll be, but like Toby's totally like, there's no way he and Abby are gonna survive through Casa Amor. It's too early. It's too early.
Too early days.
And also Chloe and Hugo might find people too. I
don't know who's gonna be going to Casa Amor because I don't know who's going home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
I'm so excited for Casa Amor. It's always like my favorite thing.
It is the best.
Because they always send really hot people in there. And it really is like a test for some of these relationships that aren't like, we agree. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've like solidified our
Yeah.
relationship.
And Jake and Liberty are now officials, so that better stay. That better stay, but we've seen it happen before. Guys, that's it. That's week 4. It was so wild. It was so crazy.
So much happened.
It feels like everything happened in like the span of 2 days, but it really was a week, so it was very dramatic. A lot is heating up in there, and I'm just really, really looking forward to the Casa Amor wrench in the situation, because it always just flips everything on its head. So
this provides for a good, interesting time.
Always a good time. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out those links down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you're liking season 7, and we will see you guys in the next video.